Hey, Liam Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com. Today I'm here to tell you about the PentaHarp. This is a new tuning of harmonica from Hohner. It's about to hit the market worldwide and I've had one ahead of time. I'm going to have a little play through it, give you some tabs and some demos to get you started on it. So when you get it out of the box, it's pretty similar to a Special 20 Hohner harmonica. This is in C minor. This tuning. We'll talk about the tuning in a minute, but it looks pretty much like a Special 20. It's a 10-hole harmonica, but the tuning is so vastly different from the standard harmonica tuning of most harmonicas that it's really interesting, and yeah, we're going to get to the grips of it if possible. Interestingly, this is marketed as, they've got this tagline, guitarists will love it, harmonica players will hate it. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion of it, what I think and the strengths and weaknesses. I hope that the comments section doesn't turn into just a load of hate from harmonica players, but I do really want to hear your opinion on this, what you like, what you don't. I'd love to, because it's brand new to me. I've just been trying it out today, so still really fresh for me, and I want to know what you think. If you want to find out more about the harmonica, then there is a website specially dedicated to it, PentaHarp.com. There's a link in the description. The website includes a few tabs and also this interesting tool to transfer guitar tabs over to harmonica. So clearly for the guitarists amongst you specifically. Okay, so let's have a look at the tuning. Now, this is a pretty revolutionary, pretty crazy tuning compared with the standard tuning. So it doesn't tweak the Richter tuning, that's the normal tuning you're used to. A lot of alternate tunings, they just change a note here or there, and that adds something useful, but it also takes something away from the greatness of the weird and wonderful Richter tuning. So what they've done with the PentaHarp is they've actually ripped it up and started from scratch. So for that reason, you can't transfer any tabs that you know how to play on your Richter tuning. It's just not going to work. You've got to start from basics. They actually said in this letter they sent me when they sent it me, they said it's a completely new tonal layout. This means that experienced harp players can't transfer their typical licks and positions from a Richter onto the PentaHarp. So you want to start by just getting used to what those notes are from holes 1 to 10. And also, you want to get used to the idea of playing in first position again to begin with, because the tuning is assuming from the start that you're playing in first position. So C minor harmonica, we're going to play in C minor. Now the actual layout, I think, is going to blow your mind. In a good or a bad way, I'm not sure, we'll find out. The note layout of this harmonica is extremely logical and consistent throughout the full length of the harmonica. So it's called the PentaHarp, penta being 5, because it's aimed at guitarists who want to play licks using the minor pentatonic scale. That's one of the first scales guitarists learn, and it's a really popular one for soloing. Sounds like this. That's available with no bends whatsoever. The notes are just there. So it's 1 blow, 1 draw, 2 blow, 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow. It's methodical, it's logical, it's easy to find, and there's 3 octaves of that up the full range of the instrument, so you can go up and down the harmonica fluidly using those notes without having to think, and then that thinking time slowing you down. So the only other thing that you might have noticed is, well, where was the 2 draw in that? Because although it's called a PentaHarp, it does actually have a full 6-note scale, which is the blues scale. So it could have equally been called the kind of blues scale harmonica, but I understand that it didn't. It would have been messy and confusing. So if you add in the 2 draw, you've got the blues scale. So if you go blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, up the whole length of the instrument, you get the blues scale in 3 octaves. and then the 10 draw as well. It's really, really kind of intuitive and easy to get your head around. The only thing is, because as harmonica players at least, we're used to such a weird tuning layout, it actually feels really strange. The other thing with that 5 draw is that extra note is great, but you do have to be careful because it's safest as a passing tone. If you linger on it, it'll create a lot of tension, and it'll demand a lot of attention. So you get tension and attention. And if you're kind of pulling on that or lingering on that too much, it can start to sound discordant. So practice the blues scale, but also practice that pentatonic, minor pentatonic scale without that extra note added. There are no obvious chords. You could maybe play some weird intervals and partial chords if you kind of fully explore the instrument thoroughly, but really it's designed to play solo lines, not chords. So you're not going to have those lovely chords you get on a Richter-tuned harmonica. There isn't kind of a minor equivalent on this instrument. The other reason perhaps that it's called a pentaharp is because it's actually also possible to play the major pentatonic scale. That's like My Girl. I got sunshine. Doop, 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 doop. I was playing that in 10th position, starting on the 1 draw. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the basics. So the minor pentatonic scale, as I just mentioned earlier, we can start on our 1 blow. Okay, 1 blow, 1 draw, 2 blow, 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow. And you can do that the whole way up the instrument. So you could start on 4 and do the same again, and then start on 7 and do the same again. All of those notes will be pretty safe on the 4 and the 5 chord as well. So that's kind of the beauty of a minor pentatonic scale. You can kind of get away with it on the simple chord progressions of the 1, 4 and 5. None of those notes is going to sound really bad. Some of them will sound stronger at different points, but none of them will sound really bad. If you did want to play the full minor pentatonic scale on the 4 chord, so the 4 chord version if you like, and then the 5 chord version, then you do have to start adding in bends, which sort of negates the benefit of the instrument somewhat. That said, you've still got the logical layout. Now, if you're coming to harmonica as a new player, you come from guitar, then that might still be a benefit over the normal Richter tuning. The 4 and the 5 chords are quite logical in a sense that because the 1 chord starts on 1 blow, the 4 chord starts on 2 blow, and the 5 chord starts on the 3 blow. So the 4 chord, you've got 2 blow, 3 draw full step bend, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow. And then the 5 chord, you've got 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw bend, half step bend, 5 blow, 6 blow. Now, I said 4 draw bend, and then I had to correct myself and say half step bend, because there's kind of a cool thing on this in that you've got a full tone draw bend, so 2 half steps, on all of the draw holes except 2, 5 and 8. So that means that on the hole 4, which I'm used to only having a half step bend on, you've actually got a full tone. So it will go further than that note that I was aiming for. I've just got this instrument and given it a go, so the notes up and my bends are sounding pretty bad. But all of those bends are available there if you want to get them. There's no blow bends. You don't need blow bends, and because there's a consistent layout, you don't have that switch at hole 7 to hole 8 that you have with a Richter tuned harmonica, which is kind of cool. Although you don't have any chords, you do have octave splits all the way up the blows and draws because you've got that consistent layout. So 4-hole width, blocking 2 holes down the middle with your tongue. Which is kind of cool. Okay, so what might you actually use this instrument for? Well, it's very much aimed at guitarists who want to switch over to the harmonica, so the logical place to start is with some classic rock licks. Anything that uses that minor pentatonic scale, or the blues scale, can be played on this instrument. The simple lines, not like a crazy slash solo, but just the kind of the little riffs and hooks to start you off, I think, the best place. There are some on the PentaHarp website. I'm going to take a couple of those to show you now, but you can check out more on the website. So the first one would be Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. So I'm playing it in the middle octave. You could move this down or up, but I've got 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 draw, 5 blow, and then 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow. Really recognisable lick. Another one would be Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. So 4 blow, 4 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 3 blow, 2 draw, 2 blow, 1 blow, 1 draw, 1 blow. Again, you could play that further up the instrument, starting on 7 blow or on 10 blow. This is the beauty of the consistent logical note layouts. You could find those licks probably in 3rd position or 6th, what would it be? Relative minor position on a Richter harmonica. And you could also play them on other minor tuned instruments, but this is the first kind of alternative tuning I've played where there's this really consistent layout, which I do think helps in terms of making it smooth and moving around, moving those licks around. It's also possible to play blues on this instrument. It's gonna kind of hurt your brain if you're moving over from Richter, and there are some real benefits to Richter even though it's limited in its own way. I'll just give you an idea of kind of what you'd be looking at if you start trying to play blues on this. I'll give you a kind of blues box rhythm, a box shuffle rhythm. So this is, if you want to think about positions, it's 1st position in that we're starting on the home chord, the C chord in this case. So I'm going to give you that kind of classic box rhythm. That kind of thing. So we're going to double up each note, but I'll just tell you the single notes if you like. So you're going to start with 1 blow, 4 blow, 3 draw, 3 blow. Okay? And you'd kind of go through that 4 times. And then for the 4 chord, you'd have the 2 blow, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow. And then you go back to the 1 chord, and then for the 5 chord, struggling with that 4 draw. I'm trying to make sure I don't bend it too far. 3 blow, 6 blow, 5 blow, and the 4 draw half step bend, so you do need a bend there. So, and then you go to the 4 chord and then back to the 1 chord. So it's possible to play this stuff. I think that lead needs slightly fewer bends than it would need on a Richter, but whether it sounds better, I don't know, I'm not sure. What you can do on the PentaHarp, which I quite like, is play some triplet licks, loops of 3 notes that you would find harder on the Richter tuned instrument because they'd involve bends, and here they don't. So they're harder to play fast and in tune on a Richter. So for example, if you play 2 draw, 3 blow, 3 draw, that's the equivalent of playing 4 draw bend, 4 draw, 5 draw on a standard tuned harp, which you can do, and you can train yourself to play that fast, but it does involve that bend, which is tricky. So it's really easy to play that on this, and you can play it in 3 octaves. So if you start on the 5 draw, or on the 8 draw, then you've got that consistency again. Couple of other ones. If you play 4 blow, 3 draw, 3 blow, that's like playing the 2 draw full step bend and 1 draw. And again, you could play that further up the instrument. And then finally, 2 draw, 1 draw, 2 blow is like playing 4 draw bend, 3 draw half step bend, and 4 blow. Now, this one I'd find really, really difficult on a Richter harp to play anything other than really slowly because of those 2 draw bends. The 3 draw is the one I'd struggle with, I think, hitting that as a bend. So usually if I play this, I'd probably play the 3 draw without a bend, the major third. But here, we can really get that dark sound. You could also combine those into longer loops. So you could or whatever, I'm just kind of making it up as I go along here, as you can probably tell. I've also had a little experiment today with playing some Latin and funk and reggae tunes. You've heard the funk one in the intro and the reggae one halfway through as well. I'll put the Latin one at the end just so you can hear that. It's quite a nice one as well. So what are my conclusions when it comes to this PentaHarp initially? Well, I think it's unlikely to be more than a novelty for most experienced harmonica players who are used to a standard tuned instrument. It can be a good practice aid for visualizing your scales, but I can't see it replacing that classic instrument, although it has all its flaws in its own right. I think it will be useful for guitarists and beginners who can't necessarily get the strengths out of Richter in 2nd or 3rd position. It won't stop you ever having to bend though, unless you only stick to one scale in one position at all times, so that minor pentatonic scale. I think rack players might find it helpful because of that consistency of layout versus other minor tuned harmonicas. So that's my initial thoughts on playing this for the first time. It's very early days for me, so I'm going to keep on going with it. But what I really want to know is, what do you think of the instrument? Let me know in the comments, and I look forward to hearing your opinions. I'll be back with you soon for another harmonica lesson. Until then, cheers.